Hello and welcome to another episode of Sense&Rants. I am Ayodele. This is not an episode. This is me living life as an ex-May representing the Mayflower School. On this episode, I'm joined by fellow ex-Mays, Bolaji, Ayodele, and Morademu. We were friends in high school one way or another, and here we are, almost 10 years out of college, out of high school, and we're reuniting to celebrate the 65th anniversary of our day at school.
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and days of old lang syne? For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne. And here's a hand, my trusty friend, that gives a hand to thine.
Okay, Bolaji, Morademu, Ayo, thank you so much for coming on Sense&Rants. Would you
You're
please
welcome.
introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about you?
Hi, my name is Bolaji Ajayi Adejumo. I live in Canada. Went to Mayflower for a little bit, Actually, not a little bit, for
6
a
years
lot.
of your life.
6 years. But yeah, so right now I work with the federal government here in Canada.
Oh.
I have a family. I have a beautiful baby girl.
Nice. Morademu.
Oh, okay. My name is Morademu Bakari.
Precious. Morademu. I'm sorry. Yes, go on.
And so, I live in Canada, in Ontario. I'm a nurse. I like meeting people. I like making connections, the right one, anyways. And at the same time, I think I came to Mayflower when I like 2000 for my primary school, then secondary school. I think that's pretty much about me. And I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you for coming.
You're the real X-Mays.
Those that went to junior school?
Those that went to junior school. You guys tried them. You guys really tried.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Ayo, you can go.
Okay, Ayo here, Lee, and I'm a doctor. I'm still in training. I graduated from Mayflower 2008.
Yeah.
And it's been 12 years since then, and it's still been the same journey. Is it 14? It's 12
No,
now.
it's 12 years.
It's 12 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go get your
You
math
see,
right
none
now.
of you do mathematics. So your mathematics is now bad.
Okay. No.
You know what happened? I realized that I could not do common fraction again.
I don't blame you.
Common fraction will be very, very all right. Because ever since I left, I cannot remember actually using it. So common fraction, okay, go on to
anything.
Yep. Sorry, go on.
All right. So I stay in California with my family. And basically, I enjoy meeting people just like Morademu, and I like ice cream a lot.
Yeah.
I pity you.
Dr. Ayo.
So we have very interesting group here, right? I have myself and Morademu. We did go to Mayflower Junior School. Funny enough, Morademu's dad influenced my mom to send us to Mayflower Junior School. Literally.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know. So I
Really?
blame her dad, but I also thank him.
Wow.
I also
Wow.
I know my brother went in, I think it was 6 when he went to Mayflower Junior School. So like, yeah, boarding school for sure was a thing in my house. Like literally from the oldest to the youngest, everybody Mayflower School. But of course, can you remember your student number in Mayflower School?
Dude, what? Who forgets that? That's a number for
I
life.
remember my
can
Mayflower
bet that's
Junior
your
School
PIN code to your
number.
phone.
Oh, junior school. Oh, you mean junior school number?
How do
Okay.
you know? That's my code to my. That's the code to my phone.
Me too. That's my password to a lot of things I do.
Change it, ladies. Now you have to change it because you just told
No,
me.
it's not exactly that number, but like you can add some. You know, obviously it can be longer, shorter,
It can
whatever.
be longer
it
or
is.
shorter.
Yeah, so
That's
it influences. Yeah, I know my number. My number was 17305.
Oh, mine was 17010 for senior school. For junior school, I believe I was 12083 or 82. I'm not sure which one. So it's not I'm 82 and my sister is 83, or she's 83 and I'm 82. But either of us, yeah.
For my junior school, it was 12203, and for secondary school, it was 16933.
Oh, you guys were just one red, right?
Yeah. You know their numbers.
Dr. Emole, where is he going to? Is it really dance? We can't see your dance. What was your number?
My phone, my
phone number.
Student number is 16906.
But Omole, you're also interesting because your dad also went to Mayflower School, so you are like a second generation Mayflower student.
Yeah.
Do you know his number?
Pretty much. Actually, the thing is, my dad graduated in 1976. His student number was 2693.
Man, those are
years. Those were the bosses. And then of course, stationery made a huge impact on my dad, and as you well know, to the point where stationery gave a lot of things to my dad, including helping him finance his first clinic. You know, he encouraged my dad not to work for anybody, but you know, why not do it? You know, and so he
hospital also
that's the first time I'm hearing about this.
TNS.
Oh yeah, that's why it's called TNS, which means Ty and Sheila Schuler.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the first time I'm hearing about this.
I know, eh? I know. That's very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice.
And stationery passed in 1994.
Yeah.
I was born just slightly before that, but at least stationery was there. Ceremony.
Was it there? Your naming ceremony?
It was there.
Really?
Wow! You are
nice.
baby then. You are a Mayflower baby. That is crazy.
You're such a Mayflower. I know, eh? You better send your children when you start having children.
I'm telling you, at least your first son or something has to go to Mayflower.
All of them, one by one. Anyone that is born is a boy is going to Mayflower. If it's a girl,
that's a lie. Because your brothers.
Now why?
Daniel, get out! Oh my God! All right. So this is where we attempt to sing the Mayflower anthem, right? The English version, because the Yoruba version, I don't know about that. But can we sing the anthem? Wait, what's the anthem first? Knowledge is light, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Knowledge is light, and so the sages say, forever till be the light
to guide humanity.
We're not all sing. We're not even singing at all. So let's just cut it.
No, do you sing anymore?
Yeah, let's
Okay,
just
okay.
because I feel like we're not
Because it's not in
harmonious
sync.
enough.
It's not in sync.
So,
Like,
Yeah,
let's
it's
be
because
honest.
it's Zoom. Like it's gonna be slower, faster. You know, it can't be in sync.
Yeah,
though, I
true.
mean, we harmonize when we go back to the school at some point. So, who actually wants to go back to Mayflower School?
Like to
I
visit
do.
to see.
To visit, to go do something with the kids, to go just.
I would love to. I would love to actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
would
was
love
there
to.
after
Last
I
time we were
finished
there.
school, and I remember I was so excited to be there, like
Yeah.
just seeing everything
Yeah.
again. So yeah, I would really love to go back.
Yeah,
For
I
sure.
did go back. I went back in 2017. But like I went
Nice.
while they were on vacation. So I went in December. I think I was there December 29th of 2017.
Oh.
But like the state of the school was so dilapidated. Like the bakery, the canteen on your way to school when you come from second home, it was like so very ugly. Everything looked unkept. However, Pelumi Osoja went it's still 2020. Pelumi Osoja went this year and he said there had been some cleanups. He actually said that they have a hall now on your, you know where we used to plant corn, like our plantation area.
On the field, like on the way from second home.
On the way
That's
from
other
second
place
home.
where you can take.
Up like school 2 area. Apparently,
Yeah, school too. Yeah.
School.
School too.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that place.
Apparently,
Yeah.
now they have like a hall, I think, for some sort of maybe party that you can rent out or something. He said it looked really nice, but yeah.
Oh, that's good.
I know.
That's good. But if you think about it, like when we were in Mayflower, I'm not gonna lie, those places were ugly. But we didn't know because
But we
were
didn't
kids.
know it.
Yeah,
Right.
like we were just inside and we had no choice.
That's true though.
Without question.
So like think about it, like the canteen, the piggery, the poultry, every bakery, that oh my god, that bakery was
dirty.
That bakery was actually ugly there though.
It was ugly. So
It was
if you
ugly.
think about it, and I
fried fish, uncle.
oh, that's my spot right there, and I know for sure it was nasty.
That's how I got tuna fish till today. Tuna fish came from that place.
Yeah.
Let's respect Frying Point. I beg. I think God beg you. So talking about Frying Point and tuna fish, right? So tuna fish was my name, was a nickname I got from Mayflower School. Thanks to Deborah Korikbamo. Did you guys have nicknames from Mayflower School that you still use or you probably have used in the past?
I think when I was in school, they used to just BJ. But then when I got out and I just found out that is not a good one, so I just stopped using it.
Now I'm trying to.
Yeah, so I just but I think I had one nickname that when we were in SS3 it was just a bad mixture. Like okay, so basically some guys in our set.
You can mention names, so please drop the names.
Oh my god. some people are gonna get in trouble for just joking. No, but I don't remember their names, but they were one of the biggest groups then.
Them Maji Muda.
No, it was no, it wasn't Muda.
It
it was this quiet boy. I think his name was Bukumi. I don't know. And then there was I don't know, their group chat anyway. I don't know how me and my girls we offended them or something. So that day they went on the board of one empty class in SS. I think we were in SS2 or SS3. I don't remember. They put it on the board. They now put like ugly names with her name. Then Ayodele, they call that up true. Then my friend was my friend Dami Lighton. They gave her a name too. So for me, they gave me a name so I had dark spots on my leg because when I was growing up, I had chicken pox. So they gave me, what's the name? It was a terrible one. I don't remember, but they started giving that name. I'll never forget. I cried. Like, I cried because it was like, they call me hot legs. You know, hot legs then, it means that your legs are like smooth and nothing. So they literally switched it and they called me that on the board of that classroom, and pretty much the next day when everyone came to school, everyone could see it. It was very embarrassing, but like I remember that. That was that day.
Because I remember up through like yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, up to for sure. I remember that.
Yeah,
too.
up through. Yeah. Like we were in the same group, on the same hostel and stuff. But no, those guys did us dirty. They used to be in that school 2. You know that school 2 area. These guys would sit down there with their mate. I can't remember this guy's name. Can't remember, but yeah.
Right.
Anyway.
And when you're actually passing or walking, your legs are actually entering each other. I'm telling you.
It was bad.
Yeah. Oh my God, those were the days, man.
They were good days, though.
Yeah.
Morademu, did you have a
Funny
nickname?
days.
Not really. I think
Fellowship.
Becky, that's it.
Fellowship. Fellowship.
And then
Fellowship.
That's true. Morademu was a fellowship.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was.
That's another topic for
Exactly.
another time.
We'll come to that.
We'll talk about that.
Did you have a nickname?
I don't think so.
Amole was just like, even the first name, people just assume it's your first name.
I didn't even know your first name till like later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And one thing is like, Ayodele is also not your first name. That's your middle name, right?
Yeah.
So what is your first name?
What's the first name? Oh, really?
Exactly.
My first name, Duro. If you notice, when Murafa will call my name on the stage, she'll say, Omole Adidamola Prezema.
Oh, so your first name was Adedamola.
So what are people calling you Ayo?
Because I put it there.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah. So Bolaji had mentioned friends, right? Who were your best friends in Mayflower, and are you still friends with them?
Well, obviously, like I'm pretty sure our situations are the same, pretty much similar.
Yeah.
If I was in Nigeria, pretty much I would be friends with a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
But because I'm not in Nigeria anymore, and I pretty much left the year after we finished school, I lost contact with pretty much everybody. I tried on Facebook to use Facebook. And also, speaking of best friends and friends, mine changed all the time. Like GSS1, I have another clique. GSS2, I have another clique. GSS3, but I remember specifically when I got to, I think it was SS1, SS2. Then I started being friends with Damola Adefe.
Adefe, yeah.
She was in my hostel. So, and Shewan Laje, 3 of us were in the same bay. Call it bay.
Okay.
So we were in the same bay. So we were automatically friends from like, I remember Tomi
Adewumi.
Tomi was my when I got GSS1 first time I came. She was my bedmate. She was the one right next to me. Then so I remember, but when I was in SS1, then I started being friends with Diola Deshino, Bolanle Shoyoye, and Damlola Laito. Then we became friends. We used to go to do things together.
Go to Emblem to buy rice.
And I was in fellowship at some point too as well. So I had some friends in fellowship as well. But I had so many different friends. Honestly, I don't remember people's names. I'm sorry, but I do. I remember I have friends, but I don't have friends right now. The friends I have are friends who have moved out of Nigeria because then we can keep contact. But I do have some friends like Dami Ajayi that I do talk to Tutu Ajayi. Like we do talk once in a while, but we're not super close as I want us to be, which makes sense, right? But then talk Chomagu, Tuna, we talk because we're pretty much outside of the country and it's easier that way.
Right.
But yeah,
right.
That's it.
Morademu.
Yeah, for me, when I was in school, it was Tobi Orire that was like my really, really close
Where
friend.
is she? God
Yeah.
Man.
She's in Lagos though. She's in Lagos.
Okay. Oh, it's been a while.
Yeah, we still talk like on and off.
Tobi Orire, that's what they call her then.
Orire, yeah. Still talk on and off, and
I know it's Orire, and that name start. I mean, yeah.
I know. Yeah.
Then who else? I think and like Bolaji said, the fellowship, you have lots of people, and then in class you have I think Mayflower is pretty much like everybody's your friend.
Yes.
That's the way I just think because then you're doing something, maybe you're plots. You go to the plots together to cut grass.
Oh my God,
You
we
become
did have
friends.
plots. Jesus, I
Yes.
forgot about
You
that.
go, you know, like maybe
Thank
they
you.
share you into groups, or maybe like defaulter groups. You make friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love
Like,
and
just pretty
favor.
much-
It's true.
Love and favor.
You have to make, yeah.
Yeah,
What
like
do
Love
you
and
it's
say?
just
favor
like,
too was another thing. Like we had it. That's true. That's
well,
true.
What was that? I didn't hear that.
even
Love
at the
and
dining
Love and
room,
favor was another kind of.
I don't remember Love and Favor.
Like we're like
Love and
another
Favor, like a
deep
drama
team
group.
that.
Oh, it was fellowship people that were in Love and Favor, right?
But not
Not
really.
really.
Well,
No,
Not
partly
really, though,
fellowship, partly
Bolaji.
I
non-fellowship.
really don't remember. I'm
Oh,
trying.
really?
I think
This
it
No,
was
but I
drama
was
group
not
where
fellowship.
Brakunle, you were always acting on the. Remember now?
Yeah, you guys. Yeah, I remember you guys.
Okay. Yeah. So
I think one memory from Love and Favor for me that sticks forever. Actually, two of them. The first one was when Omole actually when they play on the stage, Second Home. And somebody said something on the stage, and Omole said, "In
He said that.
Was that me? Are you sure?
Oh my God, I forgot.
Bruh, you did. I think the person went off script and he was like,
Yeah.
that was not what Rakule told us to say.
It's okay. That was back in the day.
It was really good. It was a good one. I think the next one for me was during the 50th anniversary where we had to do a play, and we talked about the play was it was like a musical drama where we talked about the enslavement of Black people, how they left Africa and how the land still wants them back. That story for me would actually would go ahead to, that was how I knew that I was going to tell stories and I was going to tell Black stories. That was
Oh,
that
that's
play that did it
nice.
for me.
Nice.
That's nice.
Yeah.
At least
I
that's
remember Mother used to
that was the year we
act.
worked
He used
with
to act.
that actually
I'm
up from
guessing
your
that was the
past
year we worked
right
with
now. So that's one of the things
the
Mayflower
other
did for
guys,
you.
right?
Yeah. Sorry, what'd you say, Ayo?
I'm sorry. I think that was the year we worked with guys from outside, right?
Yeah, Brad Femi
yes.
Jacobs, all those Femi Jacobs, and all
Chris.
those guys.
There's one guy called Chris.
Yeah.
Chris.
Um,
He's now in Berlin now, I think.
That's amazing.
who go?
Nice. I think I'm the only one not in this clique of
No, like not really
drama
contact,
people.
but it was on my it's on my Facebook, right? So you see it.
Okay, that's interesting. So talking about best friends still, Omole, did you actually have best friends in Mayflower School and are you still in touch with them?
Yeah, most of my best friends and still some of my closest guys from my hostel. Yeah, we're really tight. Like we were, for the most part, really really close. And up till now, I'm still very tight with Dami Ajayi. That's my sister from day one. Yeah, that's my girl. I'm tight with Oribe. Oribe can never go talk.
Yeah.
Adikpoju. I'm still close with Tokwe Koya, but yeah, sure, here. He's a really chill dude.
I feel like names always ring bell in my head. I know the names for sure, but then I have to now recollect their faces. But I remember Rebe, like all those people, I do remember them.
Exactly. Oshinubi we're still tight.
Damola.
Yeah, Damola.
Of course, yeah.
And then you guys, although I've not spoken to Bolaji in a while, but I mean we had an attempt at some point, but yeah, last year.
Yeah.
But
like,
just to know that you are nearby, you know. Yeah, within arm's length. So that's good.
Right? California to Canada.
Yeah.
Very nearby.
Budo was not in our set, but then we still talk.
Yeah. He eventually became our set though.
Yeah, Budo actually lives very close to me. We're pretty close.
Yeah, and it's pretty chill. He's a good guy. Like he tries to keep
we try to keep in contact.
Man, Budo is in contact with everybody.
Literally, Budo came one time to just drove around like, Bolaji, check your window. Like this was like a month ago. Check your window. I said, Budo, what do you mean check your window? Now I'm scared. I feel like someone's coming to my house. And I opened the window and I saw a car. He's like, do you see that car coming on the side? I'm like, oh my God, this guy will never change. He's just so...
it's pretty chill. I like him.
Yeah. He's always been a people person. He's a nice person.
He's a nice person,
in JS 2 or 3, Akiyemi Akinwale, because he's my birthday mate as well. So that was one of my March 6th.
Yeah.
That was one of my closest friends. Bukayo Daniel, even I have no idea where she is now. I feel like she used to be very close to me at some point. She was our SP girl, senior prefect girl.
SP. Oh, okay. Oh, I was like, who's SP? Oh, I remember her.
Yeah, Bukayo.
Bukayo Daniel.
Yeah, I remember her now.
I would say, and then as we moved to SS class, Belumi or Soja, of course,
okay.
Shoma is my babe for life. Like, I feel like at this point, she might as well be my sister, and nobody.
You know the funny thing, Shoma and I in school, like we would say hi to each other, and probably had friends who were friends of each other. Like we would have like a middle, like for example, Taya Berungbe was my friend, and she was friends with Shoma as well. So but once we finished school, oh my god, like Shoma and I would talk like on a regular. But back then, I used to go to G3 up all the time. I felt like that was my hostel. Tutu Ajayi, Dami Ajayi. Oh, I sleep in between Tutu Ajayi and Dami Ajayi. Hostel. I remember those days, man. I was so much.
Were you part of the boring girls? Wasn't it boring girls they called you people?
Oh, me?
She was.
Me? I wasn't. No. I was in Jitsu down. I was in Jitsu down.
Yeah, I don't think she was.
Okay.
I wasn't. I'm not boring. I know that.
You were in G3 down, right? I was in G3 down.
What you say, Animal?
I think you're in G3 down, right?
I was in G3 down.
So now I was in G3 down.
Yeah. So who else? Pelumi Osoja. I'm still friends with Pelumi Osoja, and he's actually still one of my closest friends still now. He's actually like easily might be like my top 3 friends.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, we talk like that's my dude. Who else? Over the years though, I've kept in touch with like Muda, Shiru, I know.
Wow.
I was never that close to him in Mayflower, but
I know. I was going to say that.
Yeah. Rachel.
Last couple of years, people have been saying a lot about Muda.
Rachel,
really
Rachel.
So good.
Yeah, Rachel.
Oh, I'm friends with Modinot.
Modinot, yeah. Modinot too. Yeah, I'm friends with Modinot.
Yeah. Modinot.
Okay, back in school, I forgot to add something. Yeah. Dami Adoku made my wedding cake for my wedding. Oh my god.
Okay.
Bolatito was part of my bridesmaid at my wedding. She was part of my bridesmaid. Bolatito, Laide Keru was my friend in Mayflower. I remember like these names are just coming back.
You know what? That's what I was saying. Like in Mayflower, everybody's pretty much your friend.
Yes.
Yeah. That's why I said like I couldn't even mention names.
Yeah.
And I feel like even if you're not friends with them forever, if you still see them in the next 10 years, you still have something.
You still vibe, right?
And you guys are still family. Yeah. Two Boys, another one for me as well. No matter how long, it was actually my best friend for like from JS3 to SS3. And then we just went. Crazy thing I ever did in Mayflower, right? Let me open my ash and you guys can share yours. Good. Modro repeated SS2, right? You guys remember that WAEC form that we had to let our parents sign over when we went home?
Yeah.
Remember? I legit gave my copy to Modro Shotubo so that his parents can sign it. Because we thought that if he actually signed and come and submit the paper so that they process them. I got promoted on the right part. So I thought if I give my paper to this guy, my best friend would have to repeat a class and then we can just graduate together. Fam, this boy still did not submit the paper. I was so mad. I was like, this sacrifice. So even I sacrificed my paper for you.
Wow.
Yeah, that was one of the craziest things I've ever. I mean, it's not the craziest thing, but at that time, it was the most
it was obviously
I'd ever done for a friend.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say was a sacrifice that Mayflower, like you did for someone in Mayflower School, apart from renting mothers, that is, because we know what we did. People didn't rent mothers, Bolaji.
Rent mothers for what?
When Becky will say, go and call your parents from home.
Oh,
like,
yeah, true.
Yeah. People go
to
Kenya and go and rent mother.
Oh my God.
From Kenya, you give crooks money, they will come.
Yeah.
Oh
you guys didn't know.
I actually had no idea.
You did for sure.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think I did anything crazy.
Just
I believe in Morademu.
It's from small.
I didn't believe Morademu. He did anything. I think my craziest probably going to town. Going to town for Mama Kofi rice and hanging around, going to someone's grandmother's house and just chilling in town.
Yeah.
And obviously, Becky or that other man must not catch you.
My
You're in trouble.
Mr. Mabanku,
Yeah,
Mr.
Mr.
Mabanku.
Mabanku, you're gonna get in trouble. So I think
I
that's
think
the
he passed
craziest.
away.
Dead.
I did. That's
Yeah,
sad.
it did.
May
May soul rest in
peace.
peace.
May soul rest in peace. I think that I can't remember any other thing, but I remember I'll probably
Wow. Okay.
share.
Baba.
Ayo.
And you know, one of the crazy things I think
don't
we
know.
did, which it wasn't really crazy, but we would hold fellowship when they said we shouldn't hold fellowship, and then we'll be praying that we should not get caught. Does that make sense?
That's true.
It actually makes sense. We're actually praying on the field, and then you're thinking, I'm a good waka, I'm a be. And if you hear any pain, you're like running. So it's kind of crazy, but at the same time, you're thinking you're doing a good thing, but going against the law, right?
Right,
So,
right. Yeah, going against the norms. I feel like that's Mayflower though. Like I feel like you can't be an ex-May, bona fide ex-May and not be willing to break some laws or just like
some
just
laws.
a little bit, you know, like
You want to test the laws. Test it.
Exactly.
You're not breaking
Yeah.
it. You want to confirm if it's solid.
it's
It's
breakable.
solid.
You know, that's what you're doing.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
talking about memories, right? If you had to choose one year in Mayflower School
Mhm.
that you actually were there, what year would you choose to redo over again?
SS3.
GS3?
SS3.
Oh, okay. Why?
You know why? Because like that was when we were matured enough. We had that connection because we were living. People were trying to make connection with each other. And that point was when you could remember a lot of things. Like it was really fresh for you. You know, and then we were like matured, not matured, but like compared to GS1 where you didn't really know anything.
Right.
You know, and I can tell you, like, I think that was the year you would make your solid friends.
That's interesting.
I agree.
You see what I
agree.
mean? Like, so because
Yeah.
then you knew that okay, this person is good, this person is not good. Like you could differentiate what is right from wrong.
Yeah.
And then when we're leaving, you know, I remember when they came to pick some of my friends, we were crying. You know, all those songs, all those sent forth at the hostel where you contribute 500 naira for jollof rice and chicken.
Yeah.
You guys would get together. Like it was so like it was really nice.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Bolaji, would you agree?
I think I agree with Morademu. It's just because we were SS3 and I felt we felt on top of the world. We felt like we're seniors. Like there's no one above us. In SS2, obviously you had SS3, SS1, you had seniors, right? But this time we were seniors, and you know, you can send junior message, do this, do that, and also your friends also. And we also had a lot of social nights, and we were in control.
We did.
Like, you know, our social girl, our social guy, they're all like our mate. And also I think we had like we had so much fun in SS3. I think
So
SS3
at that time it was like a dream come true.
Yeah.
Everything you ever wished for when you were in GS1, like I'm not for the senior.
Yeah.
Like, it was just a dream come true.
Yeah, for SS3. I think GSS1 was my worst. Worst I ever want to go to.
I think it was worse for everybody.
So, but yeah, SS3 was.
There was a year I almost repeated. It was probably SS1.
But that year, a lot of people thought they were going to repeat. That year was brutal. I thought for some reason.
Remember 5F9?
5F9. Yeah.
God forbid. SS1 was brutal.
Did you guys wait?
It
Did
was
you?
brutal for me?
For SS1, a lot of people thought they were going to repeat. Trust me, and I had as well that year.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, for some reason it was just like you know how you get your results, and there's one particular, was it math? Oh, I don't remember. We were waiting for one in particular.
Mine is always math.
Yeah, and the cutoff, and people were just shaking. People were.
And it was the kid that was teaching us. You had the kid, that Mr. Bakari.
Yeah, we were shaking, and everyone, you could see in our faces, people were not even greeting each other, like just do your own thing. And then the cutoff finally came. I think it was our cutoff was very ridiculous. Then 39 or 40.
39, yeah.
And everyone's like, some people are like, hey, some people are like,
I know.
A lot of us said
it was sad, eh?
Yeah, it was really sad.
With everything, I was always okay. It was always math. Math was my own. Please help me shoot it with prayer. Like, just help me hang it out.
Yeah.
Anyhow, just hold it together.
I think mine was Yoruba. Yoruba.
I know me. I like Yoruba. I like Yoruba.
Yoruba.
Yeah, I don't know why. I just had issues with Yoruba. I don't know. I don't like
Yoruba.
I
Did
always
they
wear
swallow
Yoruba.
Yoruba
I can
land?
speak Yoruba, but just writing it down. I remember when we were just, well, Chomago used to be like first in Yoruba. When we were just, we want to just. So they put, Morafa at some point said they should be putting top 10 and bottom 10 on the board.
I know.
So I remember my dad came to
my
drop us off,
God.
and I was like, you know what? Let me even stop by this board and see if my child's name is there.
Ah,
In Yoruba, best in Yoruba was Chomago 1. My dad said, It's number 1.
Embarrassing all of us, eh?
All
I
of
was
us.
clarify something. No, Choma is only Igbo with name. Like
And that's what I
Name,
told. That's
right.
exactly.
of that
She
name.
is
Choma
not.
is as Yoruba.
It's not evil with that. But when they see Chomagu, obviously they're thinking evil.
Igbo. Yeah,
But
right.
yeah, it was amazing.
Tracy Akubutu was good in Yoruba.
She was good too.
She was good.
was.
I mean, I
Grace
was
is a Lagos
terrible.
girl. Grace is a Lagos
Yeah,
girl.
right.
Yeah.
Amole, so over to you.
Yeah, your question.
You still didn't finish, right?
Probably my favorite year. I'd say probably sixth year. That's SS3.
SS3.
Without question. I mean, we were making better choices. We're creating lifelong friends,
Yes.
and we're actually a lot more like a daisical about everything. We didn't care about our grades anymore. We're all about WAEC. Even the mock we didn't take seriously. We still got beaten for that. We didn't take anything because we knew it didn't depend on that anymore. We were taking social nights even more to the next level.
Oh my God.
My God, every night was almost social night.
Yeah, I know.
What's going on? I mean,
It's true.
just really good. The only thing I didn't like was probably waking up in the morning for morning lesson.
Yes, we had lesson, and then we had morning
We're
early.
preparing for WAEC, right?
Yeah. We're preparing for WAEC.
Yeah, true.
But those things are, in retrospect, they're very helpful.
They were very
not
helpful.
For me, though. I mean, in terms of building your character, yes, but not in terms of knowledge, because I don't know how that thing helped my knowledge.
Thank you, because it didn't help me at all.
Oh, it actually helped. You know what? Like you at that point,
helpful.
you might think it's not, but it actually helped.
Just like Amanda said, it molded my character in terms of discipline.
like that. So in
discipline,
a way, it still helps you.
Yeah, I guess. But like in terms of like the knowledge you get from it, like, okay, you're studying, you're doing this for your exam. Which kind of exam? Well, let's not even start.
Remember chemistry now. Chemistry, WAEC. Haba.
Gosh.
Chemistry, 08. May God reveal all your answers to you like that in Jesus' name.
No, amen. Like that, WAEC in general, everything was just somehow.
I think it also speaks to the teaching, the Nigerian teaching system, where you don't have to understand, you just have to know it and be able to regurgitate when you get back to the examination hall. That's like, oh, this is this. You go back into the hall and just like literally dump it down. Unlike the Western teaching, which is just to understand. You
have to understand.
Apply to things.
It's more scenario based thing, kind of thing.
Yeah. I think for me, a year I'll go back to BSS2. Which is
SS2?
Why? Yeah.
Why?
I think for me, it taught that year in like when I look back, it taught me to not always be about the end, but enjoy my process.
Oh.
It taught me to look forward in anticipation, but also just like trust everything that I've worked on to get here. And just like, SS2 for sure for me. It was that year where everything was almost in place, but not quite, but I still had joy. Because there was just that one more step, that one more step that I need to take. But I've already been through so much that I made it here. There's no way I'm not gonna make it to the next step. And I still apply it to my life now as an adult. Like, I celebrate my small wins, I celebrate the big ones too, but like I always try to look back every single time to see how far I've come. So it taught me not to celebrate, not to wait to celebrate. It taught me to celebrate little by little.
You were very mature in SS2.
As I go.
No, thank you, Ayo. I actually wanted to say I wasn't that deep. Me, my own was just to enjoy myself.
I know, right? Like,
I wasn't even thinking about that, but that's good.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's how I would say SS2 for sure. I think and then SS2 third term when the seniors had left, when you think like you're almost there, but you still had to have the discipline to study for your final exam, right? Yeah, so that's still pretty much how I try to live my life now.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. So I know I kind of went deep a little bit. Let's bring it back.
I know. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, that was a deep one.
Yeah. Best memories from Mayflower School.
Ooh.
Of course, there won't be one or two.
I wish I thought about this one.
There's so many.
Yeah, there's
so
so
many.
many.
There's so many. But I'll say one of the highlights for me where I got like credibility amongst the teachers were when I did Mr. Tete.
Wait,
you still do that?
Another level.
It's true.
Everybody just loved me to a whole different level. Like all the teachers just like me to just go and come Mr. Tete for me. I'll be in class. Go and come Mr. Tete for me. I'll come. They'll give me money. They say, oh yeah, really? Do like Mr. Tete.
Can you still do it?
But people used to get in trouble for doing Mr. Tete. I remember when I think it was what's called class GSS3 or SS1. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think it was in GS3, Bolaji.
Probably GS3. Someone in our class was doing Tete, and we had Tete for the next class. And Tete walked up on by the window and saw the guy. The guy chopped beating. I can't remember the person, but I remember that. Like people,
now you're talking like Mayflower students.
They beat the guy. I remember then. I think he even beat all of us in the class because we were laughing. Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
Mr. Tete didn't like people doing Tete, so well done, Amole.
So Amole, can you still do Tete right now? Just try it.
Let me see.
Oh, I want to see this.
Let me get a book.
Like, carry a book, yeah.
It's very, very, very important.
Yep.
Oh yeah. I'm only that. There you go.
Go back again.
Oh yeah, that's it.
That's
yeah, I got it.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, well done, Amole.
That is so.
Is it still in
cool.
school now, or is it still there?
It's so funny.
I think it's still there because Akbalimi Soja. Well, I think it's still in like Ikene environment.
Yeah.
Soja was saying he saw him this year for sure. I think it was in August or September. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah.
That's nice.
So best teacher or favorite. We're still on memories. Who has?
We're still on memories.
Okay, we're still on memories. Yeah, for me, it would have to be when we did that play for the 50th anniversary because it made me know for sure what I think I wanted to do with my life, which is telling stories and making films. Of course, I took different routes to get here, but I'm back on track. But yeah,
that's all that matters.
I always wanted to tell the Black story, the story about Black bodies and what we carry as a people, as a race. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Me, every time I saw that, I promote.
Is it memory for you?
I think my favorite memory, like one of my favorite memories, obviously we have so many social night and everything.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite memories when I came into Mayflower, right? So I came in and you know when JSS1, they just shuffled us everywhere, right? So I remember I came into Mayflower and I was in pink. So when I found out I was in, like the meaning of pink when I came into Mayflower was like close to yellow. Oh my God. I was crying. I was sad. So I know a lot of people around me like, no, like it's not according to how smart you are. But I was just thinking like people were saying I'm in pink. What kind of, I'm so embarrassed. I was crying. So I remember we now did an exam. I think it was after first term. Yeah, they now shuffled everyone again. I think according to how good you did. And I went to silver.
To silver.
Yeah, so from silver, I think that was my favorite. Yeah, I remember. I think that was my favorite memory. That just going up from there, I was just so happy. And I remember when I would go home for break, like midterm breaks and everything. I was just always telling my dad how excited I was just so happy. When I was in pink, I used to cry every day.
Bolaji, but I don't know why I just envision you in green. You just have this green.
No, I think she was in. I think then later on.
I was in SS3. In SS3, I was in gold.
Gold, yeah, I tried to get in gold one time.
But when it was time for but I was in blue. I was just in blue.
That means you and I were classmates the whole time.
Wait, we were
Amole was also in blue. Amole was also in
You
blue.
were
I
in green.
remember.
No, I
No,
was
Amole
No.
was in green. SS3.
No.
No. I think you were in.
So,
Was it blue?
my trajectory is one of the most interesting, and I want to
Yeah.
for all
You
the
went
children
from
that are
Go
listening
ahead.
out there, I want you to believe in yourself, no matter
Yeah.
how bad it is.
Pastor,
God will
preach.
elevate you.
Preach it out.
Now, I was in GS1 Gold before I moved to GS1 Red. That's how my student number is
Oh, you
sweet.
see, yeah.
Then I moved to GS2 Red, where my life just became bad. Not bad in the sense bad, but I didn't even understand what was going on there. Everybody there was too smart.
Yeah.
Everybody there was doing extra. Chioma was
Yeah.
another level.
Yeah.
Next to we are seeing Oshinubi, we are seeing this boy just came out from nowhere. Following Show.
Olorun
Sunday.
Efunbajo.
Yeah.
Those people just became demons from nowhere. I think
From
they came
nowhere.
with extra brains.
And then they were doing all these jet things, jet.
Something.
Yes. That is actually depressing. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Next thing
kudos to
you know-
you. You're smart and everything. But
Next
I
thing you
never
know-
used to look there. I don't even used to look there. I'm just like, okay, I'm not there. That's it.
Next thing you know, I dropped to GS3 Blue.
One fling here, Danu.
Yeah, Amole was in my class. I was actually assistant monitress, I think. I
What are
was.
them? What are
Yeah, I was.
Since-
And Kemi was,
No.
and then Michael Adefa was class captain. I think Michael Adefa was class captain.
I think I was assistant class captain.
relationships.
But anyway, so many. Oh my god. Anyway, don't worry. I think I
Then-
just mixed it. You were in my class. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
that.
in GS3, I was also assistant class captain. So me that carried second to last, I'll be something to Kiniko in red. I got to blue. I was carrying fifth. I was like, I became a champion once again. Those people in red, those next level craziness. I don't understand. But from that,
You know
blue
what?
was my
Advise people
SS1,
who are.
SS2, SS3,
Yeah.
I was in blue,
Yeah.
and I love my blue.
Yeah. Blue was good.
No, I love.
We are not
Oh, Denny, I
fighting
love
each
my
other.
blue.
When,
I love my Baba blue. Come Baba blue, please.
I
What class were you in through?
For me?
yeah.
Yeah. When I came, I think I was in GS1. I think I was in GS1 blue. Then the first time,
Yeah.
term. Then when they did the thing, I was in GS1 red, GS2 red, GS3 red. So you know what? Let me brag small.
Yeah.
Always in smart.
Mm-hmm. It's not easy. It's not easy. Well done. Okay, what about you, Tina?
When I got to SS class though, I was in green because they said if you have to take further maths, that's when you can be in red.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, I
that
was in
one
green,
wasn't
so
according to how smart you were. I think our SS was more like
was
science,
not like what you want to do.
further
Yeah.
maths, TD,
Mhm.
yeah. More like,
I was in just one.
Yeah, people still, yeah. It's true, Ayo. Some people say, yeah, I'm in red.
Yeah, I was in just one yellow. So why you were crying, my dear, I did not know. Our first term I was in yellow. The second term I went to green, and then I went to GS2 green, and then I went to GS3 gold.
You're like me. Sorry.
The one goes back. Yeah, myself and Colin also are literally green, gold. And then of course SS1. I think I was in. I don't even know. I was in class. I think I think
was it brown?
I don't know. I literally don't have no idea. But I
That's
was
true because Tuna was
right?
in arts class, eh?
I was in art. Yeah, I was in
art.
class by just SS1 red. I've been SS2 green. That class before the SS3 building, those two classes.
Oh, yeah, that's orange. Orange.
Oh no, those are like.
I was in orange. Then I get girl. I don't know. But I did not repeat, and I kept going.
But did any of you get the 5F9 beaten?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Every year.
First of all,
you remember then when they told people to scrape their heads?
So for those
stupid
watching,
boys,
right,
they will not go upstairs at the dining room, at the dining hall place. When you are passing, they will say, "Hey, Ori,
yeah,
that was me. I was. You know. Okay, sorry. Go ahead. Just moderate.
So I'm trying to explain to our audience what 5F9 is, right? So every term, we had 9 classes, 9 to 10 classes. And then you had the option to actually get, A, B, C's, whatever. But if you have F, which was the same as F9s, right? If you had 5 of those, you get what we call the F9 treatment. So F9 treatment, including you have to barb your hair like, you know, African queen bald the entire term, semester. And then you also get the 5F9 whooping, which we called, what was it called?
Marathon beating or something like that.
No, it wasn't marathon beating. It was community. Was it community?
Conference beating.
Conference.
Yes. So I never got conference beating.
Oh my God. When they first started that thing, sorry to cut you to now. When they first started that thing, was one principal that we had, that man that we had after Rafa.
Yeah.
That man just came on stage that day. And you know, JSS1 now, and in the first term, a lot of people don't take it seriously because, you know, it's first term, everyone's having fun, whatever. And he just came on stage, and that day he just said, if you have 5F9, kneel down. And everyone was like, at first, everyone was just like, no, we're not learning that. This is embarrassing. Like, who wants to admit? This man carried lists, literally printed lists for each class. If you have 5F9, kneel down. Hey, that's another case was when he started ripping our tops. That's another case.
No, let's talk about the abuse, though.
Yeah,
like the abuse.
But yeah, just 5F9, and this guy just had like 6 tables per teacher, 2 teacher. One is giving you the
6.
You know,
I remember it's 6. So
but
for each table you get 6 for 6 teachers. So that's 36.
Exactly.
And
so that's conference.
Was like when the next person coming behind you meets you on the way, you have to go back to
back again.
Go back. And I was one of those people, I'm not gonna lie, in school. I didn't know how to, you know, take cane. I was very dramatic. So they used to put me to the side. Like, yo, come. And then when you started, when they see that this was go and kneel down.
But like, you're actually dramatic though.
I was dramatic. I was terrible.
Yeah. Well, can you talk about how like this thing wasn't even academically, you know?
I'm only left.
Yeah, I think it might come back. This thing wasn't also academically good because people like Miriam Lawal, she had 5F9s and she was one of the people that actually got beat.
I know.
I know. That's why I said that first time.
My friend.
That's why I'm telling you. The first term was people are not serious. I'm serious. Like people are not serious in first term. Third time, second term, you start getting serious. But first term, you are just in that class, that SS2 or whatever class it is. You're still getting comfortable. Like people who are smart. I would regularly not get 5F. Now I remember my dad used to even beat me at home for even having read on my report. So why would I even want to get that? But that first term, everyone was just comfortable, you know, chilling, but still. And then this man just came and I'll never forget. And then told us to shave our head. Even if you go to a barber to shave your head, you're still going to be left with some tiny little. This man.
But this one, no, it's with blade.
Shaving stick. Shaving stick. I'll never forget.
I remember then those guys would stay at the, you know, the dining area, like when we queue. They will stay there, all these big boys then, like all these big boys.
When the girls are big boys, let's stop calling them.
Well, they're big boys back in the day.
They were big boys then. We call them big boys then.
I guess. But now we're looking back, we're just like,
bruh.
And then, you know what they call the girls? When the girls pass by, they'll be like, it was so funny.
Dude, I mean, I had a big head too, so like.
Oh my God.
That was terrible.
Man,
I never forget that.
That was a good. I mean, I never experienced it, so sorry to people that actually went through it.
I didn't experience it too, but like
I experienced it.
That did. Like it was I didn't like it.
It was terrible. I remember kneeling. The most embarrassing for me, I remember when they told me to go on the side when I couldn't take the cane, and I was on the line. I was kneeling down. You kneel down on stones, right? So I was kneeling down and I was crying on there, and I heard someone from my side say. From my side, just saying, "Oh, you're just fine. You can't even take cane." I was just so embarrassed. I was just like,
"You're just what?"
She's just fine.
I'm just fine. You can't even take cane. I was just like, "Oh God, this is." I started crying the more.
Is it my beauty?
I was just like, "Gosh, I was." And the thing about me is that even if I do big girl till like, before then, when it's not time for cane, I'll just embarrass myself. I'll just don't know how to take cane. So,
but there was this girl though. If you beat her, she will not even shake.
I think it's Jockey Additional.
Remember,
it was Jockey Additional. Yeah.
And people were thinking she kept books on that.
Yeah, no.
She would don't shit.
Yeah. I remember her. She was in my hostel. Remember? Yeah, Jockey Additional. She never used to cry. Like she would just go through like nothing.
Hey,
nothing.
Yeah, I remember.
I still like.
Last time I did that was in junior school. Junior school, say, this girl can chest cane, so I'm not going to stand there.
Cane. Duster.
And chest cane. No.
That's funny.
So
another memory in primary school was me. You know, nowadays people get a lot of money for pocket money. I remember when I was in primary school, then in primary 3, every break time you get 5 naira. So, and in family living, mommy Toyi, they were selling pancake. They were selling pancake for 20 naira. You know what I would do? I would wait for 4 days. I would not spend my 5 naira. I will save it from Monday to Thursday so I can buy pancake. I'm not joking.
Oh my God.
And I remember now, I still remember that thing like almost every time. I'm like, thank God.
Thank
Why
God
would you not eat for 4 days because you want to buy
That's good
pancake?
saving skills.
I'm telling you, bro. I am telling you.
I can't do that. Me, once I get pocket money, that fish and bread place.
If you were there, you'd be tempted because then you see your friends come to class with pancake.
Yeah.
And you're like, pancake, who me je. So you're like, I have to save. And then you have to line up. Mr. Mama was in charge of you will line up for the financial something. You will line up and go and collect that 5. You're lining up for 5 naira. Yourself.
So let's talk about lessons we learned in Mayflower School, right? So from junior school, of course, when they give you money, right, there's like a little collection place you put it. Every day you go there to go get money, and then when you run out, you run out. So they actually like keep track. They keep like a book record of your money for you. For me, that was one of my first money lessons. I didn't know it then, but now I know. It taught me budgeting. It taught me to like know how to spend what I have in my hands, know what I had in bank. And then also in junior school, right, your provisions were not in your locker, they were in the locker room. So there was a locker room that you only get to eat your provisions. And provisions, for those who don't know, is like your cereal, your milk, your powdered milk,
Gary.
Gary. Woo, Gary.
Very, very essential.
You only get those on Sundays and Wednesdays. I didn't used to go on Wednesdays because I only got one set of provision for the entire term. And if you finish it, my mother will not buy another one for you. Exactly. So I only went on Sundays because Sunday afternoon is when it was just a treat on Sundays. What did you learn about money from Mayflower School?
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't learn anything. I didn't learn jack. I don't think I learned anything about money from Mayflower, just because I remember then particularly my mom would come visit me, or maybe beginning of the term, right? They'll give me money, like this money will be enough for you until I come visit you in, let's say, 2 weeks. And I tell you that not even up to 2 days, that money's gone.
Money's gone. Wow.
Because once I get to school,
you know what? But like, you know what? Go ahead.
No, just because the next day when I get to school and I smell fish and I smell bread.
Bread.
I just take myself and I go to that lady who sells the fish and bread and I buy. And I just go to the canteen, buy scary, buy dodo, buy everything, chop, like enjoyment for that first 2-3 days. Money's gone. Before you know, I'm calling my mom. Mom, I broke. Can you come visit me? My mom's like, what is it? I just saw you 2 days ago. So no, with money, no, nothing.
So I think, Bolaji, the reason why you were like that is because you know your mom is gonna come when you call her.
Yeah.
And then they live probably like closer. Like unlike me and Tuna, our parents like they live like really far away.
Yeah. No, so my parents live closer, but my mom used to, like, if my mom can't come, my dad will come.
Oh,
but in my own case, I actually learned a lot of lessons. Like, because from primary school to secondary school, you have the money kept with someone where you have to like go there like so if you have like when they ring the bell for break, you are rushing because you want to go queue to get that money. So when you queue to get that 5 naira safe or the 10 naira, and then you're thinking, okay, tomorrow I want to buy something. I will not spend the old 10 naira. I will keep it. I'll keep some. I'll probably buy something of 7 naira and keep 3 naira. You see? So I'll do that. Maybe like, so I remember I used to do, they'll say we are doing contribution, even at that small age. At that, so you know what, like, so that thing actually kept a lot of, like, you know, it brought it back a lot of, I don't know, even till now, I know I can't.
But do you think that it's junior school working for you guys? Because you said in junior school you had, you know, you're not exposed to that much money. Like your parents would give someone else the money and then you get a certain amount every time. But in JSS1 and secondary school, they give you your parents give you the money, or they give your school mother.
Yeah, they give me the money, and even at that, they give me the money in secondary school. But I would, because of what I've gone through in junior school. I wouldn't, because I know if you like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I'm not going to open my, and most of the time you're eating ewa in the morning, ewa at night. Like it's always morning ewa, then maybe afternoon you're eating eba and not that soya bean soup, and then in the night again you're eating beans again. So you want to keep that money because you know that, okay, if anything happens, you need a shock absorber.
Exactly.
You see what I mean? So that thing actually instilled the spirit of, you know what, you have to be self, I don't know how to say it now, like you just have to, like,
self-sufficient in a way.
Self-sufficient for yourself, because nobody's gonna be there for you.
Yeah.
Same, maybe which actually, like, right now you're living by yourself. You can, like, for you, like Bolaji, you came right after we finished secondary school. That's a good thing for you in a way. Some people might not like it, but in a way, at that point in time, you were fending for yourself outside the country where your parents lived. You see what I mean? So Mayflower actually helped you, because I'm gonna say, if you didn't go to Mayflower, some people came here at that age. I'm sorry, I have friends that, like, they're here right now. They came immediately after secondary school, and you know what? They're nothing to write them about.
No, I mean, like, what? Mayflower did so much in my life, but I'm just saying in terms of money, because
in terms of money is what she's saying.
Mayflower did so much. Like, do you know the reason why my mom even sent me to Mayflower was because my mom was like, I have 2 brothers, right? So my mom was like, oh, you're too spoiled. You know, your dad doesn't beat you, blah, blah, blah. You know, you need discipline. And so my mom wanted to send me to a boarding school. She really wanted me to go to a boarding. My 2 brothers didn't go to boarding, so they went to private schools. And so that's how they sent me to Mayflower. And it was because of discipline. And trust me, I came out good. So yeah, in terms of money, no, but because then I used to spend anyhow with Mayflower. But I'll say it helped me, because now I don't spend, you know, obviously you have sense, you can't spend anyhow, but like, I think in terms of money in school then, I didn't know what I was learning. Let's just put it like that. I didn't know what I was learning, but I remember I used to spend my money anyhow.
Yeah. So apart from money, right? I think for me, I learned good money from Mayflower School. I also used to contribute. Of course, I think it was me, yourself, Funke, my sister, and like that circle of Mr. Jibade's children.
We do contribution.
We did contributions. And then when I was in secondary school, my mom, instead of giving the 500 naira note or the 100 naira note, she would give us like tens. So that when you had it, that you didn't have to think about I have this much money. It was like a pack, so one was for a day, and it was just enough. But when she started giving us, when she started in SS1, a bit JS3, I can't remember which one. She used to give us like 1,000 naira notes, and then the problem became, I don't want to break it. I don't want to break it. If I break it, that's the end of the money. So I learned good money from there as well. I think what we don't always talk about, which we had what I would say good protein from the school. Like when it comes to food, we had good protein. We had beans. Beans is a good source of protein. It wasn't the most well cooked.
So now I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you at all.
Okay.
I know.
What? In a way, you can say it was balanced, right? You can say our meals were balanced. Would you say that? No.
What? Where? How? No.
What? So now, remember,
we had proteins. We had mostly proteins, but I love proteins.
What else do we have? Nothing. Are you kidding me? Like when I hear from people that go to other boarding schools and what they eat, I'm just like, gosh, I feel like I was in prison. But like, what? Beans, Gary sugar eja. eba without meat.
My story for that guy,
Thursday
Bolaji,
afternoon.
did you go for this excursion at Tinkan Island?
Tinkan Island, yeah, I did.
You know
I did
what,
it.
that
I
day,
went for
you
it.
know,
Yeah.
we were going, right? Like we were going for the you know the way you're really happy and all that.
Yeah.
And then they kept Gary Sugar in the truck. And so we're like, oh, thinking, you know, Gary Sugar once in a week, and the first for short. You know, it was like really, really, you know, exciting. And then we got there, like during the break at the place.
Yeah.
And then the people at the restaurant, they're like, oh, okay, you can serve your students. And they brought the eja.
Oh,
You know,
that is so embarrassing.
they use apple to fry it, right? And they brought the canteen. I mean, the table was all white. You know, the table
It was like a fine dining facility.
You know, I know, right? And you know what the owner of the place said? He called I don't know who followed us then. The teacher that followed us. Yeah, it was like
Samuel.
It was like these kids are like, they're really young. They need something to help their brain. What about pop-off? What about snacks? You know what the teacher said? They're from Ijebu. I'm telling you. The teacher was like, oh, they're from Ijebu. This is their best food. And to us, right, at that time, we were
excited.
That was good food. Yeah.
We even brought Gary Sugar not beans. But those people, they were like shaking their heads for us, like, these kids are young to take these things.
Well, okay, so you guys disagree about the food. What about the workout, the exercise, right? The walking.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
You know, the morning drill.
Morning drill.
That was good.
Yeah. But that was not good then because it was very annoying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had to 5 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. You had to get up. Hey, wake up! You've been here all day. Everybody get up and do. And then you wake up and then everyone's sluggish and then you hear people pushing from the back. If you fall down, they'll beat you. Yeah. I feel like at that point, we didn't enjoy it at all. Like, especially because I think in SS3, did we have to do that? We had to, no SS3, we didn't have to do that. Yeah, but like SS2 and the rest. And then we also had like morning, like after that, we now had morning lesson and then we go to school. All these things are just lined up back to back. Like, it was just, it wasn't fun then, but now when you think about it, I think that it helps with your discipline.
Talking about that discipline, which is very funny, because some people ask me, oh my God, ma'am, how do you go so much, like back to back, without getting burned out? And I'm just like, I don't know. Or like, like, you know, it's just like, ma'am, you've been standing, or you've been doing this, or you've been doing that. And okay, I'm a ma'am, I'm a soldier, and I'm an officer. Yeah. So it's just like, yeah.
You see, I think that prepared, that prepared me.
That's about it anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure, for me, it helped. So this one is about to be over too in a minute. Okay.
And so, like, can you send the new one to
the new link? Yep, I will. And I'll call Omole as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. All right. I'll see you guys back in a couple minutes. All right. Bye.
Bye. Mayflower, it's been 12 years.
Yeah.
I know.
Remember everything is hard, but
you
know, I still remember here and there.
I still remember. Aircon, be reading inside bush. Who reads in the bush? Who reads in the bush?
Yeah.
What about silent?
Aircon though, so you can't. People won't believe it's actually bush when you say aircon, like air conditioner.
No, air conditioner. No, not AC, dear.
Not in the bush. So we're talking about impacts from Mayflower in our present lives. I talked about discipline. I talked about we talked about money. Let's talk about the abuse as well, right? Because people just assume, you know, boarding school is all fun and whatnot. But the physical abuse, like the teachers actually beating you, like the conference beating,
at will.
That was bad. And also the abuse from seniors. You know, did you experience that, and how did that shape you?
I'm pretty sure you guys don't have this experience that I did. And it's quite interesting because when I came into Mayflower, maybe I shouldn't start. Maybe Morademu should start.
No, start.
Anyway, when I came to Mayflower, I was in G2 down, right? So when I came, my parents were pretty naive because they've never sent any kid to boarding school. They didn't know what to do, and so I had a family friend in the same hostel, but the person's bed area, bay, was quite far from me. And so the lady whose bed was just right beneath me, she was in SS3. She had repeated twice. Let me not even call her name, because anyway, so my parents were just like, oh yeah, you're my daughter's bunk mate. Yeah. Please take care of her. And I wish my parents
she
never
was
said
your
that.
school mother.
School mother, that
Thank
kind
you.
of thing.
Thank you. Guys, if I tell you that I had the worst years of my life, and this is even seriously, like, it was terrible. It was not good. I don't wish it on anyone. Like, it was like she just took control of everything, my life, my food, my money, my everything. I was in GSS when I was like, is this what boarding school is? And the funny thing is that my family friend that was in that same hostel, they couldn't see anything to her because she was a senior. And she wasn't just a senior, she was a senior. She had repeated twice. So she was a senior who became who's in SS3. Exactly. So it was so funny because every single person in our sets, like, they all knew me, like, Omo. Kafaya. I'm going to say her name.
Please say her name.
Kafaya. Her name was Kafaya. She would just say, oh, Omo Kafaya. So they never used to want to send me. They'll say, this one has suffered enough, kind of thing. Like, let me know. Yeah. Like, let me know. Let me not add to this one suffering. So when they see me, people say, Omo Kafaya, they'll just separate me. I'm serious. Like, it was not good. I don't think I wish that on anyone. It was not good. And the worst thing was my parents would come visit me, and I'll tell my parents that, Dad, Mom, I'm suffering, and this. They thought that I was just being a kid, and that, I wasn't used to things that I was used to before, and that maybe I'm spoiled, and that, but I was trying to tell them that, no, this is terrible. This is not good. The food you give me, like, literally when you leave, it's gone. It's not mine anymore. I can't share with my own friends. I'm sharing with, like, someone else's friend because they've come to visit
sharing
us.
With you, Seth.
Yeah, they've come to visit us. Not they've come to visit Bolaji, kind of thing. Like, trying to tell them, and my parents were just like, don't worry, one more year, and stuff like that, and pushing that kind of thing. I feel like that was my worst year in Mayflower, and I wish, it was different. Yeah, I remember people, even our set in my hostel, like my mates, just as one people, they used to feel sorry for me, like, like, that's how terrible it was. Yeah, I really suffered. So I feel like no. It was bad. I'm pretty sure you guys didn't have that.
I didn't have that. Mainly because we were from junior school, and people just assume people from junior school had bad mouths. So
you guys, yes, it's true.
Yeah,
it's true.
So I think that's
true.
Why I wouldn't say I have the same experience. Yeah. But also let's unpack this a little bit, right? So you were going through a difficult time. You didn't have friends to speak for you, and the people that were supposed to speak for you are mates who consider her senior now.
Yeah, they were in a lower, like, even the whole the lady, so basically they were the people, the family friend people. There are 3 people. There are 3. They're sisters. No, there were 2 at that point. One came after me. There were 2 sisters, but they were juniors. So they were in, I think the oldest was in SS2 or SS1.
Yeah.
So she was quite a junior to that lady who was my school mother. So she couldn't really see anything. She would just come check up on me. If I need anything, she would tell me, come to my bay, and I'll go. She'd give me some food. She used to take care of me then, but she couldn't do too much because the school mother would come and say, what are you doing? Come here, go fetch water, go clean this, go. If I tell you things that this lady used to do, I can't even say, because, man, my brain is just like, it was terrible. It was terrible. But that's just, by the way, with seniors. I don't think I had any terrible senior experience after that, because a lot of the seniors were just like, you've suffered enough and stuff like that. Yeah. But abuse. I think at that point we didn't know it was abuse. I just knew I was suffering.
Right. Yeah.
But I thought, people always say, don't worry, you'll be a senior one day. Don't worry.
Yeah. Your time will come.
Your time will come. Your time will come. And I remember that was the hope that you had then in school. Another abuse was teachers. Like, teachers are beautiful. There's the tiniest things. If they tell you to buy one textbook, and you don't buy that textbook, they'll beat you, blue or black. Like, at some point they started ripping our tops on the side because they felt like our tops were too tight.
Yeah.
And it was enticing, the boys and the men, grown men. Can you imagine? Like
even things that you're not even thinking about.
Yeah.
They make you think about it.
Thank you.
Yep.
Well, it's already bad enough that we're wearing shorts. So like, let us wear something that we can think of.
Yeah. So let's talk about this. And I still want to go back to you actually talking about your senior, your school mother in this situation, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the language that we learned in school, the language of silence, right? You know, just because you are my senior, I can talk to you. Just because you are my senior, you can do no wrong. Just because you are older, which is also can be a Yoruba thing, which is cultural, but it was also that seniority class thing for us back in Mayflower, right? How have you as an adult managed to navigate and speak when the little child in you was taught to be silent?
Can you reframe that again?
Yeah, sure. So how have you been able to speak up in situations where, like back in Mayflower, back when you were younger, that little child in you would have kept quiet because this person is older, this person is senior at work, is a senior colleague, or it's a man now who back then will be your math teacher or will be someone that we just deem older. How do you now as an adult speak up when you want to be quiet, when everything else tells you to be silent?
I think right now, I think it's because after school, obviously, you get experience, like you get exposed to a different environment. And for me coming here, it's very different, like in terms of, you're in an environment where you're even required to speak more. I remember then I was very quiet in school, in high school, because I had to go back to high school here. I remember I was very quiet, never used to talk. When your teacher is talking, you don't talk. You comport yourself in a certain way, and you go to high school here, trust me, they're talking back at the teacher, throwing banter, like just talking anyhow, and you're just quiet, and they feel like you're too quiet if you're just sitting there. And I remember I had to go through that. I had to start speaking, and it was just a different environment for me, but I had to learn through that process of not talking when your teacher is talking and speaking up for yourself, especially your seniors. Especially, I remember when we were in Mayflower, just like you said, that's very important. Like you couldn't talk. If you're talking, you're rude. Like if your senior is talking to you, they want to, and you're saying, no, I did, I'm trying to explain myself. They say, shut up, slap you, punish you, go and kneel down. We're talking back at me. Who do you think you are? Like stuff like that in Mayflower. But outside the world, like you have an opinion. I don't care your age. We don't even care like what status or whoever you are. You talk, you ask a question, I give you back my answer. Like it's just like that. It's just different experience. And I feel like we can say that's a disadvantage. We can also say it's an advantage as well. Because now you have a knowledge of the two cultures. Exactly. You know that, okay, well, in this one, obviously you can't talk back at your parents and older people in your culture, but like if you're out, you can talk back, have a conversation with friends, argue for days. Like it's very different. That's all I have to say.
What Bolaji said is true. Like for instance, I would say the Mayflower, like the culture actually affected me till maybe when I was in uni in Nigeria. Like, the fact that you can't even, like, when someone is old, when they do anything or say anything, they are always right.
Yeah.
You can't even, I remember then, I think when I was in uni, this lecturer was like, called me to his office and was telling me, and this man was old, was like pretty, he had gray hair, like he was like maybe, I'm telling you, like
gray hair.
No, like old.
Like when I say old, like old,
Yeah.
So he called me and he was like, oh, he likes me, he's been looking at me, blah, blah, blah. Oh, can I take some time off school and come and meet him in an hotel? And I used to like reference this man so well, but because the way Mayflower thing is, you can't really talk back to your teachers. So I would say maybe they've, in a way that they've silenced your voice.
Yes.
I feel that culture, it held down who you are. You can't really put yourself out there to actually say what you really mean. You have something in your mind, but you can't even say it out. if it was here, you're going to talk back to the person and say, oh, what do you mean, blah, blah, blah. Even like, maybe bring it on social media, I'll tell someone.
Yeah.
But because of the culture, because of who that culture has made me to be at that point in time, I couldn't say anything. All I did was just avoid this man till I graduated in school.
Yeah.
You see, in a way, it kind of, so when I was in school, I would say I wasn't really comfortable all through the years from when that thing happened till I graduated.
So can you imagine if he was your lecturer and he had to grade you, if your grade was actually coming from him?
He was my lecturer.
Did he fail you by any chance?
He was even my supervisor for my project. But then something happened. Then I had to like, maybe I shouldn't have said this because then it's gonna be like
it's okay. What? You're not gonna get in trouble. I'm not gonna arrest you.
Then they now switched the supervisor. Like they now switched him to someone different. I think maybe he went off school for some, I don't know.
Okay.
So that's it. But like then at the same time here, like Bolaji said, it has the advantages and the disadvantages. Sometimes you trying to like stay quiet, not talking sometime, it gives you time to ponder on what to say. Sometimes when you don't talk, it's not as if you're a fool. But I don't know how to explain it. Like I mean,
you're making so much sense.
Yeah, you are.
Go ahead.
I think like right now, like because now the culture here is, don't get me, I'm not saying it's not a good culture. It is good because now people are talking, the world is changing. But at that time, it was a different scenario. So I would say that because now you can, not see anything, go back to your room, strategize on what to do. Unlike here, when I was in school here, you see people in class just talking. Some people even talk and then what they say doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, some people even talk and then what they're spitting out affects someone else's mental health. You see what I mean? But because I had that culture where it's not all about boom, boom, going and talking, it makes me different from people like that. So like I would say, because I feel culture and exposure is, it's changing. Things are changing. Now we came to where we think, our voice can be heard, and now we think things can be different if you speak up. And honestly, like Bolaji said, it's either way. Sometimes it's good, and sometimes it's a no. But I would say the negative aspect weighs more than the positive.
For sure. I think for me, one of the, because I wouldn't say I really had problems with seniors. I had problems with teachers molesting me though. Yeah.
In junior school or senior school?
Both.
Wow.
Both. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, I saw that thing. I think I saw you post that thing.
Yeah.
I think I saw it.
Yeah. And it took me forever, like literally until recently to be able to talk about it. Both in junior and I think I was in primary 4. Yeah, when I had my first one. But just that silence, and I couldn't tell anybody because I actually found it interesting, but like that you were even able to tell your parents about the abuse. But also listen to them. They didn't think to protect you. They just thought it was how it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
So I think for me, it was all like, who would believe me? These people are adults, right?
Yeah.
They're supposed to do the right thing. They're supposed to do the good thing. So I never like talked about it. It was for the longest time the shame that I carried until I decided it's not my burden to carry anymore, But yeah, that silence for sure.
But you're strong though. Well done. Like,
you are.
Yeah. So let's.
I didn't know it was that bad because maybe those people knew the people they could mess with, but that's weird. That's weird. Like because like
you wouldn't say I went there just saying, oh, come and touch my boobs or like.
No. I'm just saying no. I'm not saying you did that, but like I just feel like if somebody talks too much, like let's say for someone who is very vocal and just says things that is not as strong as you, because you held it for years. You didn't say anything. But if it's, there are some students, there are people in our sets that that they can't keep a secret.
Yeah.
They can't even keep anything. Like they will tell everyone. I don't think they'll like, what the hell is that? I feel like for me, I don't know, like that's just messed up. I think that the people's career will be ruined.
But you know what? No, Bolaji, you know why? You know what? you're saying this because it's now.
It's now.
Then you would not say that because then you're scared because you're thinking, even if I say, they will not believe me.
Yeah. So imagine me coming out and saying something like,
"It's true, Sha. It's true."
A well-respected teacher was touching my breast in his lab, right? Imagine if that comes out. So people like the Yoruba teachers.
Was it him though?
People like the Yoruba teachers, Mr. Additional, the coalition of teachers that would say you lied.
So you won't even want to say it.
It's true. It's true.
Among your peers, it becomes, oh, she's the one that, got something. Exactly.
I'm disgusted. I am actually disgusted right now.
Yeah.
I feel like those teachers.
Yeah, you become the scapegoat for teachers to just pick on and beat. And then you also become a mercury amongst your peers.
Your peers as well.
Yeah.
Your peers. That's another one. Because, I remember like there were tiny things, even our set, like you couldn't really talk about certain things because they do make fun of you. I remember one situation. I don't know if it, okay, let's not even forget. I think it was abuse on all the guys' part. Like, I remember then it was Simbi. I don't remember Simbi, right? She the way would you call that abuse though? Like I think it was Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
there was a guy who liked her.
Yeah,
he just never said yes to the guy.
Ashim, what's his name? No,
is it Ashim?
No, it's not Ashim. I can't remember his name.
I don't know.
He packaged like shit for her.
Shit. And brought it, and everyone was like, "Oh, what's it video?" Blah, blah, blah. That's how we do now. What's it video? And we were so excited.
Like, literally.
And that wasn't the end. That could have been something that happened and just moved on, right? But that didn't just happen like that. I felt like the next day I'm in blue, SS3 blue. She, I think, was in green.
She was in green.
I think in red. They now started, there's a board, like a Paco, demarcate. They now started beating and singing. Hey, what's that song? Singing like just as she was in the class.
Can you imagine?
They now started singing and making fun of her. And she didn't do anything just because she told the guy no, or she didn't agree for the guy, or whatever it was, or their relationship was just whatever it was. But I feel like they were just making fun of her. People were now laughing, going through the that corridor area, looking at her like, how is she feeling? It was terrible.
Can you imagine how strong she must have been for her to sit down even in that class and take it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guys were singing, drumming.
Yeah, they were friends. Simi and this guy in particular, I cannot remember his name.
I think his name is Naz or Nas.
Yeah, yes.
Naz, okay.
They were friends. Can you imagine being friends with that kind of person? But moving on, let's talk about Emblem Love, right? The people that made it.
Is there anyone who made it? I don't think so. Who made it?
The people that dated in Mayflower that actually made it out, I don't think so. But we do have our mates though that got married. Odukale got married to some girl.
Onye Abdul.
Yep, they're married. Yeah.
I know. I saw that picture.
But you know what?
I had to wish her congrats.
For Odukale and Onye Abdul, when I saw it, I think I messaged you.
Okay.
Yeah, I messaged you. Remember, I was asking you. I'm like, did you know about? Okay, I think it was Chioma message. I'm like, did you know about it?
Yeah, I can remember.
Yeah, and Chioma was like, oh yeah, she knew. I'm like, honestly, when I saw the thing on Facebook, Odukale was the last person
on your mind
for her.
Because
at some point when I was in Mayflower, I was friends with her.
Oh really?
I don't remember. Maybe Justice 1, Justice 2. I was friends with her, and there was another third person. I think it was Olamide. She used to dance a lot. We were friends then. I remember then in school. And I don't think Onye was that popular. I don't think she was like that popular
she wasn't,
kind of
no,
person. But
Odukale
was like, Odukale was like, it was pretty popular in school, I think then.
And then, you know what? Odukale was always like, how will I say it now? Don't get me wrong. Like he's always, I don't know. You know the way guys think.
Good boy.
I don't know. Like, but it wasn't the person that will get married like really early. Like that. They're not even talk of his mates.
Yeah.
So it was like, so when I heard recently when they did the marriage thing, I'm like, really?
Yeah. But I was really happy though because I think Tommy Oyomi got married to our mates as well. And those were, like I feel like our sets we didn't really
the thing is,
married to each other. So I was happy
they
for
didn't
them.
even talk in school.
Yeah.
Odukale and Onyin, they never talk.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, they were completely different.
Bankole.
Yeah, at least then. Yeah. But I heard a gist. I know they're probably going to hate me for this. Sorry. So apparently, Odukale.
I remember.
Odukale dated or cheated on Bankole with Tayo Egberungbe. Sorry, I'm gonna just mention you guys. While she was dating Adeyefa, who she said she wasn't dating. But
oh my goodness! But I think they were dating. I think
I don't think Michael just liked Tayo. Well, they had something. They were dating. Sure. Tayo was something. No, I don't think they had. I don't think it was deep. I think he liked her. He liked her. She just liked him, but she was always saying she didn't like him. And then he left. And then she was crying. And then he came back for. I think was it one of those things that we had dance in Shimit All. And God, I remember those. Oh my God, this is so funny. I got it for sure. I got it. And they said, Michael. That you remember to now. Well done. Well done. I don't remember anything. I just remember who was dating who. Like who dated who back then? Let's go through the list. I think Dami Ajayi was dating one guy. One guy, maybe Muda's friend. No, really? Okay. I don't know. She was dating someone. Tutu Ajayi was dating someone as well. Lekon, Akindele. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Who else? Esther Ojo. Esther, I think that's an BC Ojo. BC Ojo. Yeah, she was dating someone too. No, Sheriff Laguda liked her, I think.
Sheriff liked that, but I think they didn't date.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember, but like a lot of people were dating, man. Who?
Miriam and Enikonlaye.
Well, Miriam liked Miriam, but I don't think
Enikonlaye liked Miriam, but Miriam was like Miriam too liked him, but you know the good girl syndrome. Didn't want Miriam to like, you know.
Where is she?
But they were more like it was more like they were dating. Even after school, even after school, Enikonlaye still tried to reach out, like try to like, you know. Yeah. I think they reached out for a while, and I think
you guys remember Tipe Salami. She's here in Minnesota. She's here in my state, actually. Yeah, Tipe was dating someone, but she wasn't dating our mate. I don't think the guy was our mate. She wasn't dating our mate. Yeah, mate though. Guy like that. I think Tipe was the only one in our hostel that we always look forward to our Val gift. Because
she was always getting.
Yeah, she was always getting like the best one, like the most expensive. Like she was like, she was always getting like. No, I remember a lot of people, but I don't remember who they were dating. But I just remember that after social night, that backstage used to be full. Browsing. People used to browse at the back of that stage. Used to be full, and people used to talk to each other.
You know, at that time, you were thinking that's the end of the world.
Yeah,
thank you. You know, so I'm telling you. So now you're just like, now you're like, why did I even do all those things? Or maybe, you know, like.
I wasn't even dating anyone, but I used to feel bad. Like, what? How come me? I'm not like dating anyone or whatever. Like, I was talking to people. I had friends or anything, but like, I just wasn't dating anyone, and I felt like the people who were dating people and who got Val gifts were the perfect, and you know, me, I'm like, just you know, like honestly, young girls need I think they need support. I think young girls need support a lot in Nigeria. I feel like you don't have anyone you can talk to. You can't reason with anyone, especially if you don't have sisters, right? Yeah. Like you're just on your own. You can't talk to anyone. I feel like they need support. They need to talk to people. Yeah,
that's interesting. But like, and not like teachers shutting them up. Yeah, most of the time you can't even, you know. And all those things, all those issues, they are real. Like they are there, and they should be addressed.
Yeah. It's actually very interesting because you guys said you thought Mayflower was the end of the world. I remember myself and Chima keep talking about this, how one day we sat down in front of our hostel in our on the back, was it front area? What was it called? Like the front area, the outside balcony. I don't know what it's called anymore. So we were talking about the future. That area that has a locker. The locker, yeah. Okay. So we were talking about the future. We were talking about what we would be in the next 10 years. We were talking about how we will be mothers. How we were going to. It will happen before you know. I mean, it will at some point. I'm not even worried about it. Yeah. Like how we're going to be mothers, how we're going to be friends still, that for sure. How we're going to be, doing our own thing in our careers. So I think for the longest time for me, I never really saw Mayflower as the end. Like,
no, it wasn't like end. Like we mean like at that time, when you think, oh, like, then remember we're the seniors, right?
Yeah.
So you think nothing is above you. Yeah, you are
controlling.
That kind of thing, right?
I think I know where you're coming from, and I know it doesn't mean like end of the world like that. But like it doesn't mean, but like it just means that I'm trash now. Am I ever gonna be like? You feel like for example, you see all these people like doing their things and. They're having fun and everything. And for you, you're just like, am I doing the right thing? Like, am I ever going to do the right thing? And that's the world. Like, that's right now. You see, exactly. You see people right now and you're still looking at them that way that, oh, these people are doing this thing. I'm doing my own thing. But it's just like you have another perspective that, you know what, if you don't go this way, you can go this way.
You can go this way.
It doesn't have to be this way.
That way.
And like, kissing. I remember then in SS3, at the end when we finished our WAEC, and a lot of people now started kissing the boys. Do you guys don't remember?
In my defense, somebody offered me a kiss.
Yeah, they were offering kisses. Kisses were actually flying down because we felt like we're leaving, we're never gonna see you again. Yeah. Stuff like that. I remember I was talking to a guy.
Who is this guy?
Your husband is gay.
No, I remember. I know.
It's the legal kiss. It's the kiss that matters. Every other one.
I remember. Yeah, I was talking to Ophelia Samuel. I don't know if you know. You remember that guy?
I know him. That guy.
So I never used to take him seriously. Yeah, I never used to take him seriously. I'm like, this guy. It's probably like, a funny guy and stuff like we were friends. And then I remember we now started talking more. It's so funny now. Like after WAEC, everyone now started looking for someone to talk to and stuff. I think, we even after school, we talked more after school, like midnight calls and stuff like that. Yeah, like
for me, it was Toby Kende.
No, those are fun times, and you felt like, this. I remember everything. Those were fun times. Yeah. I had so much fun. I didn't feel left out per se, but then I just felt like I was just different. I felt like I was different because everyone else was like, oh, Val gift, oh, this, oh, the guys who call you, send a junior to go
come and call you.
And then, oh, senior, this one guy is looking for you backstage, and you're just like, oh, thank you.
And you know what? Like now I'm thinking, all those times,
finding me.
You're using like lip gloss, you're thinking you're so beautiful.
Yeah.
And then when you not look back, you're like, I Mary Lily,
with your head.
I'm telling you, like it's so funny. And then all those seniors, when like BGS1, all those seniors, I were like, oh, Senior Momi, Senior Detola, them, they looked old to me. So now when I see them, I'm like, how people you that but so
it's true.
So it was just different at that time.
Marty, which hostel were you in?
G1 down.
Yeah, Auntie was hostel.
So those seniors then they were looking like aunties to me.
Yeah,
now, when I look back, I'm like,
the funny thing. Our juniors were looking at us like
that too. Someone sent me a message on Instagram saying senior tuna. I was like, no, we're not doing that. Throw that senior all the way away. Yeah, throw it away. Alrighty. So one more question before we kind of run things up here. So what was one thing that you say Mayflower taught you as a person? And we've talked about this before, but like as an adult now, I remember Mrs. Marafa, and I just think about how she taught us feminism in a way when we weren't even looking to be thought about what feminism.
We weren't conscious at that time.
Yeah. She knew who she was. She carried herself with pride. She taught us that you can aspire to be whatever you want to become regardless of your sex, of your gender, no sex. So would you say that's the same for you guys as well? And something else I also learned for myself is Mayflower was a melting point. It was a melting point of the wealthy, of the middle class, of the lower class. It was a melting point of Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo. So Mayflower taught me to treat people humans, let's just say that Mayflower taught me to respect human beings regardless of their social class, regardless of the cultural background or religious beliefs. And it stayed with me till today. When like I feel like one of the things that I'm very proud of when people talk to me about myself is the fact that I don't judge people. And over time, it has extended to sexual orientation. It has extended to race. It has extended to even in my workplace, gender equality. You know, that Mayflower taught me. What is something that even as an adult now you will say Mayflower gave to you, and what's that thing that you want to pass on to somebody else that Mayflower taught you?
Okay, I'll start. For me, I think I would say it's Mayflower has made me like I don't know how to explain it, but like I would say goal oriented, like goal. Like everything I do now, it's more like I'm going to like I have a goal, like I have a direction. Like I have a driving force that's driving me to do that thing. You know, the days of silence hour, the days of night prep, it was just because they wanted us to come out in flying colors. So everything we did in Mayflower was for a purpose. You see? So when I look back and then anything I do right now, I don't just do anything. I do things because I know I have to do it. And because there's a reward, you know, that would come afterwards. And also I would say being like self-independence, or I would say independence. Self-independence is independence. Yeah, independence in the sense that now I can go anywhere and survive. I'm not being proud. It's not that I'm trying, but it's just who Mayflower has made me to be. Like I can walk into any door, knock on any door, and you know, say what I have to say, because that confidence is just there. You know, like I can, you know, all this speech you give in secondary school, you see people come on the stage, they educate you, you know, it's you know, it's taught me a lot of things. So I would just independence, then self-reliance, goal-oriented, and also it has taught me to also, you know, how will I say it now? To also like maybe look forward to like nothing is permanent. Mayflower was a different world for me. Like Trial said, the middle class, the low class, everybody coming together. So at that time, it wasn't like a bed of roses. But then there was nothing that was permanent. Now we suffered then, but now we're enjoying it. And you know what? The future is still better than now. So you can imagine, like nothing is permanent. So that's what Mayflower taught me. Nothing is permanent. Everything in life is a phase. It's something that keeps evolving. It keeps evolving, you know? So yeah, so pretty much.
I feel like you guys have said everything. But no, Mayflower taught me so much. Just like I said earlier with my story, like when I came to Mayflower, I was pretty much like, you know, only girl vibes, you know, like, you know anything, very naive, like just, you know, doing my thing. And I feel like when I left Mayflower, I was sharp. Like I was street smart, book smart, everything, like, you know, everything, like nobody could just push me to one side. I was smart. I felt like the songs that we also sing then in Mayflower, like there was a song that we used to sing that, oh, we can become whatever we choose to be. And so like that song stuck in my head because we used to sing it so much that anywhere you go to, you can be whatever you want. I remember coming to this country, I wasn't scared of anything. Like I was just like, whatever I want to do, I can do it. And that's exactly what I did. I feel like, Mayflower did so much well, even as a woman, just like Tuna said, like just like as a woman, like you feel like you have to be bold. You have to be, don't care about what people say about you, like just you can be whatever you want to be. There's so many things I learned from Mayflower, honestly. And it's so funny because I talk to even people that didn't go, my husband now, but I talked to him so much about Mayflower. I see if he went to Mayflower, just like I learned this from Mayflower, I did this. Like I'm very grateful, honestly. I'm very, very grateful that my parents actually sent me to Mayflower. I remember I had one uncle, before I went to Mayflower, he was an ex-mate, and when he heard that my parents are sending me to Mayflower, he was just always so excited.
Yeah.
Like, he's late now, God rest his soul, but like, he was always so excited. I'm a Mayflower. It's so funny. Like, my father-in-law went to Mayflower for 3 months.
Oh yes.
3 months, just 3 months. Like, he said that he was changing school then, and they sent him to Mayflower for 3 months. But he always says, schoolmates, you know.
So cute.
It's amazing, like, what Mayflower has done to me. Like, I met someone here in Canada, like, from Mayflower. Like, she did my friend's makeup for our wedding. So when we went for the testing, we were talking. Like, that was my first time. My friend just told me to come along just so I can see her work. And I got home, and she had called my friend. And no, I was still with my friend in the car, and she was like, "Oh, can I talk to that lady that you came with?" And so like, "Oh, did you go to Mayflower?" I was like, "Yeah," because there was a video on my Instagram that I took with Chicago.
Yeah.
Right? And I put Mayflower things on. I started put Mayflower, and she saw it, and she was like, "Oh my God, I'm an ex-mate too. Oh my God!" Like, you see, exactly. Like, it's Mayflower has done so much for me.
Yeah.
And I'm very grateful, and it's a pleasure to call myself an ex-mate.
Here. You know the way ex-mates will come back to school, and then they'll come for the prize giving day. They'll come for community gathering and talk to us about what the real life outside is like. You know, so that has actually shaped my view into, or maybe my dream of actually reaching out to the young ones, like the younger generation.
Yeah.
To actually, like, you know, like, put them on track. You know. Because these people, like Bolaji said something, they need guidance. They need people to talk to.
Yeah.
Right? So I think that has shaped my passion about reaching out to young people, which is a work in progress that I'm still doing.
Yeah.
So, you know, like, going to schools, not only Mayflower, going to different schools, you know, getting people to talk about, like, you know, share their, you know, their thoughts,
experience,
and, you know, encouraging them to become the woman that they really want to become. It's really one thing that's actually shaped my views about, you know, regardless of where you are, you still need to, like, people are behind you. You need to be a ladder for them. Because then those people that came to Mayflower, when I think about what they say then, or what they said then rather, I'm sorry, it makes me think differently of who I was then, you know, and now. So I feel, so it's one important thing.
And I feel like look at what Tuna had to go through. It's quite unfortunate, but I feel like there's gonna be thousands and hundreds of people, you know, of people who have gone through that in Mayflower, not even just Mayflower, like in their schools. Like, that's too young to be exposed to that kind of thing. And I feel like, just like Tuna, you felt like you didn't have a voice, you couldn't talk to anyone, nobody would believe you. I feel like that's a bad feeling to have, because the kids would just keep going through that because they feel like they can't talk to anyone.
You can talk to anyone.
I feel like it would be really nice, like, for people like that, like people who have gone through that, to talk to people, like, you know, you can talk to this person, or maybe they should even have like something they can fall back, someone they can fall back on, because
like sometimes when we put people in authority in place, in positions where they have power over people, talking to them, some of them actually misuse the
power. They take advantage of
ability that children have.
Oh, that's so sad. What?
Yeah. I think for me, Corinne Solarins, if you're watching this, we're open to a mentorship of some sort with younger girls in Mayflower School. And that's something I think we should probably work on, like a mentorship. I feel like as sets, right? Mayflower sets, we tend to always stay together as a Mosa clique, something class. But until recently, I never knew that we had an ex-mate who was like a colonel in the US Navy.
Really?
Can you imagine what that would have done for me when I was a young
person trying to get into?
I probably would have been in the Navy just for him.
Of course, like
he passed. And that was when I knew, and I was like, oh my God, I'm glad he got to serve. I'm glad we both went to the same school that made us something, but it would have been better if he was my mentor, you know, because he would not just understand my struggles about being a Black person in the military in the United States. We also come from a similar background. That would have been really nice to have. So I feel like I said again, Mayflower School, if you're seeing this, let's work on some sort of mentorship program.
Well, what is
older generation with the
Yeah.
younger generation, you know.
Yeah.
Mentorship is it is huge. It's absolutely huge. And then they need to also, I don't know if they have this in place now, but make resources available, have a safe place, a safe space for people to come and talk about what it is they're going.
And then,
Exactly. That's
you know,
probably like probably hide people's identity till the investigation is completed.
Yeah.
Because that's why some people don't want to come forward. They are scared.
Exactly.
And I was in I think it was GS2 for me. I was most at home and I came back to school. The same thing was happening to me. So there was home wasn't safe.
And school wasn't even safe either.
You know, and
that's so sad.
You know, it was just one of those things that those years were just like,
it's tough.
I needed an avenue. And I had none. I had none. So I was carrying people's shame all around, all over. But
well done. You're strong, Shad, and well done.
Like, you know what? Like, I give it to
for
you. Like, you're strong.
Yeah.
For you to come out now and even say that, like, I didn't know. For me personally, I didn't know that honestly, those kind of things happen. Like, I had no idea. But now, from someone who's even close to me, I'm just like, wow, really? Like, that's sad.
Like, a lot of things are going down there that nobody's.
I don't know. I was gonna ask, what's the state of the school now? Like, what's going on?
I know it's privatized now. They
is it everything?
Tunde, everything, both junior and senior. Tunde and Sheila. I keep saying Sheila. Tunde and Corin got the school. So it's like fully privatized.
Maybe things are better now, because I think that maybe the fact that it was public when we went to the school, maybe that's why we didn't have like a lot of facilities.
I would say hopefully.
Because being a private school, I feel like they provide.
You know what? I don't think so.
I know people said Britain is no longer
was public then. It didn't look like it was public. The only reason it was public was because of the school fees we were paying.
We weren't paying school fees though.
Yeah,
I mean like the small money, like the
PTA fee.
Yeah, the peanut.
It wasn't more. It was like, I think 1,500. So it was like a public school for us, because then we're not paying anything.
Yeah, I mean, it was.
Mayflower didn't look like a private school to me. I'm sorry.
Honestly,
it didn't look like a private school, but had the prestige of a private school.
Bolaji said maybe because it's a public school or a private school. I don't think that, because then, to me, it was a private school. Then it was just because we're not paying.
I didn't see it like that. Maybe that's just me.
It had the prestige of a private school for sure. It had the name to read it.
Yeah, the only thing was maybe when people say this, oh, it's school tie Solarins or school tie Solarins. That's the only thing. Yeah, why? But like physically and looking at it didn't look like a private school.
Yeah. Well, people said it's better now for sure, because they don't want to keep the kids, so that physical abuse hopefully is gone.
That's good.
But yeah, this has been an amazing episode.
Oh my God, we can go on and on. I feel like we can go on till tomorrow.
We'll come back again. We'll come back again.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, but before you guys go, do you want to sing one song? We can become
whatever we choose to be. No kings, no lords, no depths can say us name. For we believe that man
is the potential.
No. I feel like you got it wrong.
Okay.
We believe that man's a potential doctor, lawyer, crook, or dwarf, or giant. Whichever sets his mind to be or to be, we shall be giants, and therefore we shall work and work and work and work. And that's where I know it.
Even if we must work
our fingers to the bone, so
be.
No, man, this has been amazing.
Thank you so much.
It was so
happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary. Thank you for what you taught us. Thank you for making us into this beautiful women and beautiful people, taking on the world one step at a time. We're so grateful and we love you, Mayflower.
And shout out to all the ex-Mays, especially 2008 sets.
Yes. Morademu, any last words?
Send shout out to all the Hesmes.
All right. Yeah, you guys enjoy the rest of your afternoon. So love
Bye.
you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much, Una, for having us. It was so much fun. This is great. Great. Great.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. I looked over Jordan, and what did I see? Coming for to carry me